Most gardens are sitting on a hidden advantage that gets thrown away every week. Cardboard. That plain brown material most people rush to recycle is one of the fastest ways to build living soil, suppress weeds, retain moisture and accelerate harvests without compost bins, turning piles or constant maintenance. When used correctly, cardboard composting doesn't just improve soil. It changes how fast your garden produces food. This is not a shortcut trick. It's a soil-building system that works with biology, not against it. And once you understand why it works, soon enough you'll start seeing cardboard as one of the most valuable garden tools you own. So, why does cardboard transform soil faster than traditional composting? Well, traditional composting relies on time, space, and regular turning, you know. Cardboard composting, on the other hand, skips all of that by working directly where plants grow. Cardboard is primarily carbon, which soil microbes crave. When laid directly on soil and paired with moisture and organic material, it becomes a slow-release food source. That fuels microbial activity exactly where roots need it. Instead of waiting months for compost to finish, decomposition happens in place. Nutrients cycle immediately, soil structure improves, and roots grow into newly softened ground. This is why, harvest speed increases noticeably within a single season. What makes cardboard uniquely powerful in the garden is, well, it breaks down slowly enough to last, but fast enough to matter. It holds moisture like a sponge, blocks sunlight from weed seeds, and creates a protected zone where fungi and bacteria thrive. Unlike plastic barriers or landscape fabric, cardboard feeds the soil as it disappears. As microbes digest the cardboard, they release nutrients tied up in the soil. Earthworms are drawn in, tunneling through compacted layers and improving drainage. This biological chain reaction is what pushes plant growth into overdrive. So, let's talk about how to prepare cardboard the right way. It's really important, to use only plain brown cardboard. Nothing fancy or printed, just the simple stuff. Next, you'll want to remove all tape, labels, staples, and any glossy coatings. These things just don't belong in your soil, trust me. Now, tear the cardboard into manageable sheets or strips. This will help it, conform nicely to the soil surface and make your work a whole lot easier. So, soaking it before use speeds up microbial colonization and, prevents it from repelling water. Use non-chlorinated water whenever possible. Chlorine, suppresses beneficial microbes that drive decomposition. The moisture activation method, that speeds breakdown. To activate cardboard composting quickly, moisture matters more than anything else. Mix 1 tablespoon of unsulfured molasses into 10 litres of water. Stir until fully dissolved. This solution feeds soil microbes immediately and accelerates the breakdown process. Water the soil first. Then lay the cardboard flat, overlapping edges slightly. Pour the remaining solution evenly over the cardboard until it is fully saturated but not pooling. This single step dramatically increases decomposition speed. Once the cardboard is down, cover it with organic matter such as dry leaves, grass clippings, kitchen scraps, or aged compost. This top layer protects the cardboard from drying out and, provides nitrogen to balance the carbon below. Microbes work best when carbon and nitrogen meet. Cardboard provides structure, organic matter provides fuel, and moisture, it activates everything. Together they create ideal conditions for rapid soil improvement. Why no bins and no turning actually helps. Turning compost introduces oxygen, but also, disrupts fungal networks. Cardboard composting encourages fungi to spread horizontally through the soil, connecting nutrients to plant roots. Now, this fungal dominance, it actually improves nutrient transport and water efficiency, you see. By leaving the system undisturbed, soil organisms are able to establish stable communities. The result, really, is a consistent nutrient release, instead of those troublesome spikes and crashes. This method, interestingly, works even in planted beds. Cardboard can be laid between rows around established plants or even under mulch, all without harming the roots. As it decomposes, it feeds the soil while suppressing weeds and, conserving moisture. Roots often grow directly into softened cardboard layers, accessing nutrients that were, previously unavailable. This leads to stronger plants and faster growth without additional inputs. As soil structure improves, roots expand deeper and wider. Water stays available longer and nutrients cycle continuously. Plants stop wasting energy searching for resources and redirect it into growth and production. This is why gardeners using cardboard composting often report earlier harvests, larger fruits, and extended growing seasons. The soil does the work, not the gardener. Let's talk about some common mistakes that can slow your results. For example, dry cardboard stalls decomposition. Using glossy or treated cardboard introduces unwanted chemicals, and leaving edges exposed allows moisture loss. Applying chemical fertilizers disrupts microbial balance. The system really thrives on simplicity. All it needs is moisture, organic matter, and, a bit of time. So, why does this method fit the nature's blueprint philosophy? Cardboard composting is accessible, low cost, and honestly scalable for just about anyone. It works in raised beds, containers, and in-ground gardens. It reduces waste while building soil that, honestly, just improves every season. This is not about adding more inputs. Really, it's about unlocking what your garden already has. So, what should you expect after the first few weeks? Well, within just a matter of weeks, the cardboard softens and darkens noticeably. You'll start to see earthworms appearing beneath it, which is always a wonderful sign. The soil begins to smell rich rather than dusty, and weeds really struggle to break through. Plants respond with visible vigor, showing you just how much they appreciate these changes. Within a few months, the cardboard disappears entirely, leaving behind soil that's darker, looser, and truly living. Soil that keeps feeding your crops long after the original material has gone. Now, here's the thing. The long-term payoff is something most gardeners tend to miss. You see, when you keep adding cardboard composting year after year, it actually builds up those soil layers over time. And honestly, with each passing season, everything just gets a bit easier. Over time, you'll notice that watering needs drop, and, well, pest pressure decreases too. Yields, interestingly, increase without any additional effort on your part. This, really, is how gardens shift from being maintenance-heavy to becoming self-sustaining. If this method has, reshaped how you see soil building, do consider subscribing to Nature's Blueprint, share this with another grower, and start turning everyday waste into long-term abundance.